all have our story, right? We all have our story in our marriage. We all have our story in our separation. And it's natural and normal to want to protect our story and also to provide evidence to back our story. And so I think that in a litigation process, our lawyer feels as though it's their job to do the same thing. Protect your story, build evidence around your story. And that's going to look very different than their ex-spouse's story. And so then you end up further away from each other versus being in the same room and having to say that story out loud and almost be called on it. People aren't going to get away with the bad behavior to the same extent.
No, and actually your spouse's lawyer has an obligation, as I said, to get off the file, which is a bit of a warning to us if that happens. So actually there's more protection in the collaborative process than I think there is in the litigation process, which is a bit counterintuitive. And even myself as a lawyer, I may not have believed that had I not been practicing now for so many years, and I've seen it. And I just sit in those meetings and think, wow, like I really understand the company, because also that person talks, and we're in a non-confrontational setting. If I have that spouse being sworn in under oath and I'm just like, cross-examining that spouse, they're totally on the defensive. So they're just going to clam up. In the collaborative realm, where we're sitting there, we're really just trying to understand, okay, what's this company? How can we make this work for the family? They're going to be more open to talking because they're not just being drilled on questions, right? We have a totally different view of the whole. It's just a different goal, 100%.
So who is suitable for the approach of collaboration? What type of families? Let's start with that. Who's best suited?
Yeah, I mean, going to the business owner, the collaborative process is private. And the court process is public. So, anything that happens in the court process, if a decision is, well, first of all, anyone can sit in on a court process. It's like you could have a class of grade 2 students sitting in your court process. Whereas collaborative is completely private. And if a court decision is made, the public can access that decision. So if you have any sort of, business or any sort of notoriety or wanting any sort of privacy, collaborative is a much better route to go.